The brothels of Final Fantasy XIV. What is this here?
In the online role-playing game Final Fantasy XIV, slaying dragons isn't the only fantasy fans are playing out.
Yeah.
Meet Final Fantasy XIV's courtesans. They're offering a more mature gaming experience to players who have the means.
Wow.
In exchange for lofty fees, cat girls and elven boys sprawl out on beds with well-moneyed Johns in these 18-plus love dens. In Final Fantasy XIV's brothels, courtesans offer role-playing services ranging from some lighter bondage fare to all things tentacles. What they can't get across in text, they express using emotes like /hug and /doze. We sat down with these courtesans to get a better idea of what the game's working girls do. Meet Queen Tepe and her partner, Vai. Tepe is a madam who owns the brothel Tepe's Treasures.
Oh my god. The thing is, like, the more things change, the more they stay the same, man. Yeah, they're straight up interviewing a Final Fantasy pimp. That's literally what's happening, guys. I just want you to understand that and see what's at stake here. This is exactly what's happening right now. They're interviewing a Final Fantasy pimp.
She gave us a tour of her facilities after hours. Here's the foyer where available courtesans hang out during a service. Johns will pay half their fee up front. The public part of Tepe's mansion includes a lounge, a stage for dancing, a bar, what she calls her war room, and a tea room that is, of course, also a spa. In private is where the action happens. Courtesans with enough cash can buy private rooms in Tepe's mansion. Here, the courtesans roleplay sex in the game's text chat. An encounter's first few minutes might look like the sample exchange 2 courtesans offered us. But wordplay isn't everything. Final Fantasy XIV sex workers are masters of the game's emote system.
I bet they are.
Players who aren't at their computers will earn a few extra bucks by programming their avatar to dance until they're back. Down in the basement of Tepe's Treasures, Queen Tepe showed us her room, which has a hot tub and 2 beds.
Wow.
And another room with a leafy motif. None of this answers the question, who does this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
One courtesan said he got into erotic role-playing because of his IRL partner, who's also a courtesan in the game. Sex work lets him shed inhibitions and make friends. Whatever he does in the game, he says, stays in the game. Another courtesan we spoke to, who goes by Miss K, is actually a dominatrix in real life. So Final Fantasy XIV sex work isn't a sexual outlet for her as much as it's an outlet for her writing. Courtesans don't disclose their real-life genders. To them, the character is the character. That's all that should matter to them.
Because it's always the same, isn't it?
Tepe said she'd never done erotic roleplay before she started her business.
Yeah.
When someone comes to her with a fetish she doesn't have, she said, I do it anyways. I learn their fetishes, figure out what makes them tick, and try to write it so well that nobody would know it wasn't my fetish. To her, running a brothel is a challenge not unlike Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh my god, is this really what I'm looking forward to, guys? Is this really what's gonna happen? It's like every game has this. Like, what is it? Like, every game has, like, that place in the game that this shit happens in. This is incredible. Yeah, the thing is, like, it happens in WoW. It's the same in Final Fantasy. I wonder which one is... I think Final Fantasy ones are probably going to be better than the WoW ones because the Final Fantasy characters are, like, more in-depth, you know? You have more customization to it.
End game raids. It's a challenge that the game doesn't explicitly endorse.
No,
but
I bet it
empowers.
doesn't. Wow, Asmon, 5 minutes into Final Fantasy XIV. This is what happens whenever I say I don't really like the music in one of the trailers. Okay, this is what happens whenever I say it looks like a weeb game. This is exactly what it is. Yeah, Nightmare Fair. The weebs, yeah, they're aggressive and they're angry. And you have to also understand that every single one of those little characters there is played by a 26-year-old man who's balding, who works as a programmer, okay? So just keep that in mind. There are no actual girls there. The only actual girl might actually be the guy's hand. Asmongold, all endings. Thank God we have another one of these. Here we go. Natural ending. Blizzard did nothing to improve the game. It stayed a generic grindfest. MMO with no fun at playing. Only hardcore addicted players like Asmongold still play it. Battle for Azeroth Classic? Jesus, come on, guys. Good ending. Blizzard fixed WoW, fixed PvP, fixed PvE, removed all microtransactions from the game, and all the original devs came back. While Asmongold enjoys the game more than ever and doesn't even think about playing anything else and even grows his hair back. Okay. Bad ending. World of Warcraft slowly dies and Blizzard decides to shut down the servers. It's not profitable anymore to Bobby. Asmongold has to play Final Fantasy XIV now and has become a weeb. Jesus. That's not good. That's brutal. What the fuck is this? What is this music? Like, as we look like... Oh my god, this is so dumb. The bald ending. See, this right here is exactly what I wish everybody would do. He'll only play WoW. He'll only ever play WoW. You'll see. No, Final Fantasy XIV will be his new game. And then this is what I've said the whole time. Both games have patch cycles so we can alternate for fresh content while also getting viewers from both fan bases. Yeah, it's actually just that easy. It's not weird. It's not complicated. It's nothing. It's just super fucking simple. And I don't know why more people aren't okay with that. But I guess, you know, everybody's got to play on a certain team. Tribalism. Yes, exactly. How it feels as a WoW veteran being peer pressured to play Final Fantasy XIV. Okay. Look at the board. The board is the worst part, man. The fucking board. Because the worst part is, like, I literally have one of those boards right there, man. We parade outside. Yeah, sure. Very fucking funny, man. Hilarious. Asmon plays Final Fantasy once. Oh my god. What is this, dude? What the fuck is this? The only good part about this is I have more hair, okay? Yeah, this isn't really all that bad, except for this fucking, like, look at the, is my hair actually really that bad? Like, look at that right there. Holy fuck, that's like up at the top of my goddamn head, man. That's not looking good. No profile, no new profile picture. No fucking way, dude. No fucking way am I gonna add that, man. Asmon trying Final Fantasy XIV for the first time. All right, here we go. Dude, my hair looks like shit. God damn.
This is fucking good.
I just noticed that.
This is actually good.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This is the Baja Blast video.
Oh my god.
Man.
This is actually good.
Dude, so from now on, I do something that's called double cupping. Double cupping is whenever you have 2 drinks at the same time. And I'll go to Taco Bell and I'll buy a Pepsi and I'll also buy a Baja Blast. And it's so fucking good, man. My own wedding, Asmongold's Final Fantasy XIV stream. Okay. Okay. Is this really what it is? Are you kidding me, dude? I've actually really been surprised at how enthusiastic everybody has been. It's been absolutely fucking crazy. And what is this? Female asthma, no face app. I look like the crazy version of a normal person. This is like... No, I look like I look like a fucking animal, man. Like, what the fuck is this? This is so fucking clever. Yeah, how fucking funny, guys. Female asthma, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, very, very funny, guys. No shippers. Yeah, please, guys. Holy fuck. Like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know how I can have an audience of boomers. Like, these are like fucking 28-year-old men, and they're sitting around making posts about how I should interact with a girl, right? It's been crazy, man. Mods will be working extra hard today. Mods, remember, no unbans. Yeah, listen, that's what it's gonna be. And this is, yeah, the fucking articles and everything like that. People are going crazy. He did it? Yeah, of course I did it. How would I not do it? As a Dark Knight player, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. See, this is the cool shit right here. Like, this is badass. Like, some gigantic crystal castle with some guy. He's got, like, all red and black armor with a giant 2-handed sword. Can't wait for transmog competitions in Final Fantasy XIV. What is this? Huh, me too. Damn, that's gonna be... Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really fucking good. I'm excited. And let's see, is there anything interesting that happened here? Let's see. Oh my, what is this? Just another... Oh, it's a rich clip.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Hey!
Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! That's crazy! 109,000 people watching Asmongold stream right now, which is awesome. So apparently the Japanese community found out about me playing Final Fantasy XIV. I like how he reads all the NPCs' lines without skipping them. I do skip some of them, but I look at it and I'm like, okay, this is relevant or not, right? First time watching him, his English are so easy to understand. True. I actually go out of my way to speak properly whenever I'm doing this kind of stuff because I know there's a lot of people out there who watch my streams and they want to make sure that, you know, they understand what I'm saying. I do my best to speak properly. Hope we can endure the trolls and keep playing Final Fantasy if he really likes the game. I can see why he's so popular, even if he's just reading quest text out loud for 6 hours straight. His mouth is pretty foul, though. I think that they're referring, by the way, guys, I think they are referring to the fact that I use profanity and not necessarily that I'm missing teeth. But it could be both. We don't really know. I wish there's no plan to a streamer, but I guess that's what he does. I don't understand English, but I like how his... I don't understand English, but I like how his eyebrows move a lot, and his expressions are amazing, too. His eyebrow movements are amazing. Oh, my God. It seems like he's allergic to Lalafell, Majodi, and I don't know what these other ones are. Japanese-style kawaii character designs. Only if they represent prepubescent girls or boys. Those are the only ones that I am allergic to. The other ones I'm completely all right with. That's the only thing. I mean, doesn't this guy look like Nicolas Cage? If he shaved off his beard, he'd look just like him. Yeah, I fucking have heard that 50,000 times. Okay, where's the next one here? Me and the boys following Asmon around for 6 hours just to be a dick. It's not to be a dick. It's that they know that if they're on my screen, they are going to be on a YouTube video that gets like millions of views, or like on a Twitch stream that gets millions of views. So that's why they're doing it. They're just attention-seeking losers. It's not that simple. It's not that complicated. So I saw this posted on Twitter. The game is pretty good. I do think that it's a pretty good game. It works out pretty well. It's nice. Not too bad, guys. Really, it's not too bad. Don't worry, Lisa Lamasa. Repost them. Yeah, I saw this yesterday. Somebody tweeted this at me. This is pretty fucking funny, dude. Look at this. That's when I killed that fucking pirate dude, man. Yeah, dude. I feel like my character looks so badass, too, man. I really do. I think my character looks awesome. What's this here? Bald Walker? Is this really the, is this gonna be the new starting soon screen? Wow, guys. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much. Okay, Lisa Massa, welcome. Sign for Asmongold. What is this? Every game. It's every single game this happens to me in, man. Every single fucking game. Okay, yeah, there's this one. Asmongold should watch this excellent Final Fantasy tank tutorial. A crap guide to Final Fantasy tanks.
What up, warriors of fartness?
What's the, this is meant as a joke. See, this is the kind of disclaimers you have to put in there, man. Who freaks out about shit like this? It's crazy.
What up, warriors of fartness? I bet you don't have the slightest clue how to play this eyeball-melting anime game. Oh, sure, you probably know that you can beat up enemies by clicking on them until they die, but do you know how to find a static in your FC to help you prog uwu? I bet you don't even know what any of those words mean.
I have no idea.
So sit down, shut up, and eat your gissel greens, because I'm gonna teach you what thee mayhap not knoweth, thy noobliness. Welcome to A Crap Guide to Final Fantasy.
Okay. Oh, this is great. I love it.
The tank is the person in the front lines of every group, leading the charge to inevitable party wipes, which is because you are the most important person in the party, having slap fights with the boss since everybody else is way too squishy to handle the puss pound.
I do want to say that the tank is the most important part of the raid. Like, you are the most important member of the raid, because you are the one that the boss decides is the most dangerous. You are the one who decides the fate of the raid.
patty cake. You'll never see Jimmy's soft boots eyeing up the cloud of darkness with his 2x4 and scriggly tree branch. But how hard
Probably
can
not
tanking
gonna
be?
happen.
Turn on your tank stance, do your 1-2-3 combo, and blame the healers when you die, right? That sounds like somebody who needs their short Q privileges revoked. Firstly, tank stance. You turn this on to start gaining enmity. What's enmity? It's where you shout at the bad guys, "Hey, hit me!" They'll be paying attention to you so long as you're dealing damage, so you better be dealing damage and not just having a staring contest. If you don't, then they're gonna start indiscriminately charging at the rest of the party like a dog in a movie theater. If you are the designated main tank...
I actually like that about tanking. I think that's a good thing, is that you should have to focus on DPS and like damage as well as a tank. I think that's a very, very positive. Tank aim and party pulls first boss, keeps boss. Oh, I know that.
Or in light parties, the only tank, make sure this is on. If there is another tank in the party and you are the off tank, make sure this is off. Unless there's some other bad guys you gotta pull. If you have conflicting stances with the other tank, they will chuck their shoulder pads at you. As a tank, you should make sure the bad guy's ass is facing the party as often as possible, as indicated by the bright, glowing, half-eaten donut underneath the target. This is so that if the bad guy sneezes, you're the only one getting down with the sickness. And also, if your party has anyone playing any jobs that particularly likes to clap them cheeks, you've provided a bright, shiny spanking space. On top of this, as a tank, you are by Heidelin's blessing.
Wait a second. Are there directional bonuses for attacking NPCs? So, like in Black Desert, if you attack from behind, you get a damage bonus. Does that... There is? Oh, that's crazy.
Horrible at dancing, which is why you should move as little as possible once you've got the enemy's attention. That way the party can continue to whap the wumpus without having to chase down the bad guy's glorious booty. Just as well, because you have control of where the baddies are, you control how useful everybody else is. So if somebody puts down a useful AoE, stop fucking running away from it. Now that you have the baddies' attention and are in a nice cozy poking position, you don't have to worry about anything else, right? Ah, that's what I thought you'd say, you dumb fucking horse. Believe it or not, when you die, it's not entirely the healer's fault, just mostly their fault. That little bit of responsibility you have is based on how well you can juggle mitigation. What's mitigation? It's the buttons that make the bad guy's slaps hurt less that you sometimes press once a subscription and never think about again. You ever wonder why you have several of those buttons that all seem like they do the same thing? Well, that's because you're supposed to space them out over the course of a fight so the healers don't have to sacrifice their entire mana pool and firstborn child to get your frail ass through the dungeon. Remember not to bust your tanking load all at once or else you're gonna feel a lot of shame when you're all out of juice and the boss still wants to go about 4 more rounds. Every tank also has a press...
So, yeah, I think that there's a lot of tanks that, like my philosophy on tanking, I don't like to toot my own horn here, right? I actually think my philosophy on tanking is really good. Like, I know what I'm doing. This video is amazing. Yeah, it is really good.
X to not die button that can be used to survive any devastating attacks, or if you're a really aggressive paladin who drew every enemy in a dungeon ever and don't want the healer to hire a hitman on you. As for what your limit break does, tanks are thicker than the average Disney mom, to the point your honky chonky donkey bahonky extends to the rest of the party, protecting them from damage up to a whopping 80% at LB3. The thing is, unless you're a high-end player, you'll probably be using tank LB as frequently as a good player rolls high on loot. Overall, you have...
Tank LB 3 is the amount of bars that you have, and I'm assuming there are different effectiveness levels based off of which bar you have open at that time. Okay, yeah, all right, I'm just assuming, but okay.
4 flavors to choose from: punk, grunge, metal, and Christian rock. There's warrior.
Tank LB is situational. Of course it's situational. Like, there was a set bonus in Dragon Soul that worked the exact same way. Whenever the tank would use shield wall, it would apply shield wall to everybody in the raid. I know exactly how this works, and I know exactly how to use it. Like, you use it in response to large AoE damage where everybody groups up. That's clearly what you have to do. It's not hard. Most LBs go to other people? Yeah, well, you would use a tank limit break, I'm assuming, to avoid damage that would otherwise be a one-shot. Because if it was not a one-shot, then you would probably want to use a healer one to increase throughput. Yes? I'm not... Yeah. This is not... Yeah. It's not that hard.
Big axes, big anger, big self-healing, and if you like to do fell cleaves, again and again and again.
Holy
fuck! If you prefer more brooding than cruding, the Dark Knight is great for doing your best guts impression. You get a huge-ass sword, goopy black energy particle effects, and the literal best mitigation in the entire game, but it's balanced because they get the worst invulnerability button in the entire game. You press it, and then it makes you die. Gunbreaker is called a tank, but everybody knows it's just 3 DPS in a trench coat, as designated by the fact you get a fucking gun and your swings explode. But you have to be a hardcore gamer, since it requires a lot of cartridges. And finally, the Paladin, who tries to pretend they're a healer and caster, but only when the other healers and casters are looking. But fuck all that, because the most important thing is that you get the motherfucking sword and shield, baby! Try getting behind this wall of holiness, bitch! Now you know how to play tank, you're welcome.
Okay. I think that video was actually deceptively informative. That was genuinely that was deceptively informative. I think that's quite good, yeah. My baby girl, every time Asmon's YouTube outro starts playing, she likes to crawl closer to the screen during his videos. Oh god. This kid's gonna be fucked up. Alright, let's see here. Let's watch it. Aww. That's whenever I'm moving my head around. Okay, that's actually really funny. That's so badass.